Because everything written in the Bible, hold on a second, I'm answering your question, right?
Yes, sir.
Everything written in the Bible, it comes to pass. It comes to pass. It's written from man, right? Okay.
From man.
So let me ask you a question. What do you believe?
I believe there's a higher power.
Do you believe a higher power?
I'm not going to classify it as God or anything of the sort.
Now let me ask you a question. Okay. Where did you get that from?
This is the way I was brought up.
You was taught that, right? So you was taught that. Okay, so let's be real. You was taught that. But guess what? That's not the knowledge of God. Let me ask you a question, sis. You believe in God? You believe in the Bible?
Not all of it, no.
Not all of the Bible? What part? Why you don't believe the Bible? I'm just asking a question, sis. We out here to talk to our people. Our hope and our prayer is that our people be changed. Is that salvation comes to our people. Right? Right, but how do you learn it? How do you learn it? Give me Acts 8:31. Right, so reading is one part. That's one way of learning, right? More efficient way, because when you read, there's going to be things you might not even understand, right? Because there's things in the Bible you may not understand. That might be the deterrent for you to read the Bible, because you don't understand it, right? That may be the frustration, but we're going to help you with that. That's why we here. Go ahead.
Acts chapter 8 verse 30. And Philip ran thither to him and heard him read the prophet Isaiah.
So he's reading the prophet. He's reading, like you said. Philip is reading. He's reading out of the book of Isaiah. Go ahead.
And said, understandest thou what thou readest?
Sis, do we understand what we're reading? That's the key. Do we understand it? A lot of times we don't. Because how long the church been around? It's been around for a long time, sis. And guess what? We still don't know something simple like Christ was black. We don't know something that simple. We don't know that the slave ships are in the Bible. We don't know simple things like that. Go ahead, read on.
And he said, how can I truly understand? Go ahead. Except some man should guide me.
Some man should guide me and show me out of the scriptures. What's going on, brother?
Did you just ask, do you believe in the Bible?
My sister, you know Christ is black though? Yeah, I asked that. Because our people, go ahead, what you got?
Why do you believe?
Why do I believe?
Yes.
Give me Isaiah 34:16. I'm going to show you why I believe the Bible. I'm going to show you. Because everything written in the Bible, hold on a second, I'm answering your question, right?
Yes, sir.
Everything written in the Bible, it comes to pass. It comes to pass. It's written from man, right? Okay.
From man.
So let me ask you a question. What do you believe?
I believe there's a higher power.
Do you believe a higher power?
I'm not going to classify it as God or anything of the sort.
Now let me ask you a question. Okay. Where did you get that from?
This is the way I was brought up.
You was taught that, right?
I was brought up that way.
So you was taught that?
Yes.
Okay, so let's be real. You was taught that. But guess what? That's not the knowledge of God. That's not the knowledge of God. You have to know the knowledge of God. Now remember, I showed you, my brother. What's your name, my brother in the back? Anthony? Anthony, we have to be taught, right? We have to be taught to understand the Bible. So reading is good, but then you have to be taught. Now we're going to show you why we believe it. Read that.
Isaiah 34:16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord.
Come closer. In case you got some questions, you know what I'm saying? Come a little closer. Go ahead.
Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read.
Now, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. My sister said that. She said, listen, we got to read. That's one phase of learning. Go ahead.
No one of these shall fail.
Guess what? No one of these words shall fail. We went into slavery on slave ships. War is happening in Israel. All of that is in the scriptures. So these prophecies are coming to pass. It's not this Bible not failing. Read on.
None shall want her mate.
No other book prophesies the way this book does. What other writings talk about black people going on slave ships? There's no, right, that's what it means. There's nothing like it. That's what none will want her mate means. It's nothing like it. Go ahead, read on.
For my mouth, it hath commanded.
This is coming from God's mouth. Go ahead.
And his spirit.
And what? His spirit. And his spirit. This is coming from God. Go ahead. Yeah, so soon.
Like I love him.
Isaiah 34:16.
Yeah.
Seek me out of the book of the Lord. And read.
Yep.
No one of these shall fail.
No one of these prophecies shall fail. Go ahead.
None shall one her make.
You can't make the book with anything else. So, right, go to Deuteronomy 28, right? Because now Moses prophesied thousands of years ago that our people would be in the condition we are today, Anthony. That we would go into slavery on slave ships. That our sons and daughters would be taken from us, right? That we wouldn't eat the fruit of our land. All of that happened to our people, yes or no? Right, and our names being changed, right? Our names being changed, Williamson, Burt, Anthony, right? Go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 15.
Yep.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Bro, this was written thousands of years ago. This is Moses talking about what's going to happen to the children of Israel. This is none shall want her mate. This is none one of these prophecies shall fail. Go ahead.
To observe, to do all his commandments.
If we don't observe to do God's commandments, go ahead.
And his statutes which I command thee this day. There are these curses.
All these what?
Curses.
Curses. Anthony, curses. That a good or a bad thing? That's bad. God said he's going to curse us if we don't obey him. You understand? What's your name, my brother? God said he's going to curse us. Go ahead, read on.
That all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
And overtake thee, meaning wherever our people are, we suffer. We got people all over the world. Our people suffer in South America, right? They are getting colonialized, right? They go in, the white man goes in, steals all the goods, and then sells it back to them. But they're eating the stuff they worked for. And they buying it back.
One question.
What's up?
A time where it's though in reverse, where it's though we gonna be the slave masters to the white men and everything and everything.
I'm so glad you asked that question, my brother.
Go through.
I'm so glad, because God is a just God, right? I'm glad you asked that question. Revelation 13. Because all the atrocities that was done to our people, the lynching, the whipping, the chains, they hooked us up on horses, split us apart, all of that, dogs sicked on us, right? This is not just slavery. This was during Jim Crow too. All of the marginalizing, right? Trying to keep our people divided. CIA going in, surveillance on us, killing our people, assassinations. This is real, man. This only happens to black people, bro. Show me something else. Show me another race this happens to. That's how we know we the people of the book. It's all too convenient. It makes too much sense. So when it says none of these prophecies shall fail, we watching it, we living it. Go ahead.
Revelation 13 and 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear.
Because most people won't. Most people won't hear what we're saying. They won't understand what we're saying. They won't even stop to consider. Go ahead.
He that leadeth into captivity.
Now, my brother, how did we get here? Cargo slave ships, right. Who led us here? Who? Exactly. So those that lead into captivity, right? Because Muslims sold us too. Muslims sold us in slavery too. Sold us to the white man, and they brought us over here from West Africa. They rounded us up and brought us from West Africa, Spain, and they brought us to America. And in other parts of the world too. In India, China, our people over there too. And in Turkey, our people in Turkey too.
There are an estimated 1.5 to 2 million Iraqis of African descent today. The majority of Afro-Iraqis are descended from enslaved Africans brought from the Zan region during the Indian Ocean slave trade. Others are descended from African sailors and merchants who settled in the region. Today, the...
Go ahead, read on.
He that leadeth into captivity.
He that leads into captivity
Shall go into captivity.
That's payback. That's recompense. You're gonna get what you deserve. That's what God is saying here.
Right.
You did all these atrocities, you did all these things, it's payback. But now, my brother, here's the thing. How do you inherit that? Right, you do.
You can't just go and do it yourself and everything, but it's like a lot of what y'all doing right here and everything, like if you believe and everything, like it's gonna.
What does that mean? What does it mean to believe? What's that mean?
You can't just say, I believe in God, I believe in it. You gotta really believe.
So you can't just say stuff, right? You can't just talk about it, right? Give me 1 Samuel 2. 1 Samuel 2. You can't just, our people, we good for lip service. We're good for that. But the problem is, like my man just came here and said, oh, the Bible was written by man. Bro, everything was written by man. That's not it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, well, it came from, I was born that way. I grew up that way learning that. Well, guess what? You was taught. So our people, we got a funny way of holding on. Now, give me Isaiah 29 instead. The precepts of men. Let me get that instead. Because guess what? We were taught Thanksgiving. We were taught Christmas. We were taught Easter. New Year's in the dead of winter. All of that's against the Bible. But guess what? Our people hold so firmly to it, not understanding that it's a lie. And it's like, why do our people, when we give them the Bible, oh, hell no, I don't want to hear that. You know why? Because it requires change. That's the problem with our people. Our people don't like change. Go ahead.
Isaiah 29:13.
Go ahead.
Wherefore the Lord said, for as much as this people draw near me with their mouth.
Oh God, I love you. Oh God, I believe in the Bible. I believe in God. God is in my heart. I'm doing all the right things. I pass out turkeys on Thanksgiving. I feed the poor. I clothe people. That's what our people really think. Our people think that's how they're going to be saved. That's what they think. Go ahead.
And with their lips.
And with their lips.
Do honor me.
A lot of talking. Lord, I'll never do it again. But we know those prayers. Some of us had those prayers. Like, yo, Lord, listen, you get me out of this thing, I'll never do that thing again. And what you do, Anthony? You go right back to it again. That's not recompense. That's not repentance. That's not true repentance. True repentance is when you turn away from that evil you was doing. Go ahead.
And with their lips do honor me. But have removed their heart.
But their mind now. Go ahead.
Far from me.
It's far from them. It's far from God. Our minds are away from God. Why? Because we refuse to be taught. But we refuse to learn. We refuse to believe these prophecies coming out of the book.
Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you. It's nation time.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord. His word